Okay, so I'm making this video because I took my van to the Toyota dealership to have the oil changed and for them to do a check over everything. Tires rotated, and they told me that I needed to replace the sway bar end links on this van, and they wanted $488 to do it. So I immediately looked on my phone and found the parts for around $100 at O'Reilly. So I'm going to change these parts out and save myself a few $100s. From what I understand, I don't think it's a very complicated job. It looks like it's fairly easy. So we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so this is what the part looks like. It looks kind of similar to a tie rod end. It has grease fittings in it. And what they said was that mine had excessive wear. This van's got 85,000 miles on it. I wouldn't have expected any front end parts to be worn out already, but that's what they tell me. And if you're going to be going on any kind of trip or anything, it pays to go ahead and have them replaced. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the tire. Alright, so you can see where the sway bar end link is. It has a bolt on the top and a bolt on the bottom. You have to have an Allen wrench as well as the wrench that fits on that. So it takes a 6mm Allen wrench and a 17mm wrench to remove this. So I went ahead and sprayed some PB Blaster on there. I'm also going to spray it on the other one, just to give it a little bit of time to be soaking in. Alright, so I used a cheater wrench to give me a little more leverage. Right now it appears that it's going to come off fairly easy. But the penetrating oil makes a big difference in a lot of cases. And this car is not rusty either. It didn't come from a place that has a lot of salt on the road, so I'm sure that makes a big difference as well. So this one's a little bit harder to get to on the bottom. Hopefully it does just like the top one did. So I couldn't use the ratchet wrench on the top one because it wouldn't fit. It seems to fit well on this bottom one. Makes the job go a lot quicker. So I've got I've got them out now. I'm just going to tap them out with this plastic hammer. Alright, so we got the old one out. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult with the spring tension that's on the sway bar, but we'll see. Yeah, it's definitely going to be more challenging to get it back down there where it belongs. Or we may just have, we'll just have to raise up the lower control arm to meet up with it. So the new one has grease fittings. I'm going to go ahead and put the grease fittings in before I put it in place. And probably shoot a little bit of grease in it because it's going to be hard to get to after I do. Alright, so the grease fittings are a 7mm. Okay, so you can see to line it up in the hole here, we're going to have to jack it up. The hole in the sway bar, we're going to jack up the lower control arm until it gets up to the right spot. And that fits in perfect there. And we'll put the nut on it, the washer and the nut. Alright, so I just wanted to show you how worn out my original parts were. You can see this thing springs back up on its own. It's very loose. Both ends are the same. It's super loose. This is the new one, and it's pretty hard to move. And it definitely doesn't spring back into place on its own. It's a lot tighter. So I guess they were telling me the truth on that it was worn out. So 85,000 miles and completely worn out. Alright, just wanted to let you see the difference in the new ones and the old ones. Okay, so just that easy, we saved ourselves over $350. I hope this was able to help somebody else, because I really hate to pay that kind of money for something that I can do myself, and really didn't even take 1 hour to do one side, probably less than that. And that was my first time ever doing it, so it shouldn't be very hard to do the other side. All right, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe for more videos of do-it-yourself home auto repair.